his way up. Before I get too far, I ask the court to take judicial notice of the court's file, including the all of the records and documents related to the probation or probations in this case.
I will take judicial notice of all of that. Mr. Kitchens, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you. And if you just kind of pull that microphone a little closer, make sure it's on. There you go.
Mr. Kitchens, would you please state your full name for the court reporter?
Kenneth Kitchens.
And Mr. Kitchens, the court's familiar with you and how you're employed, but for purposes of the record, how are you employed, sir?
I'm a community supervision officer with Jefferson County Adult Probation.
And how long have you been with adult probation?
I've been with probation total of about 5 years.
And as part of your duties, do you supervise the defendants who are placed on probation here in Jefferson County?
Yes.
Did you have an opportunity to supervise the defendant in this case of Brenda Sanchez?
Very briefly, yes.
So is it fair to say that you were not the original probation officer or officers on the case to supervise these subjects?
No, sir.
But you did familiarize yourself with the records as it pertains to her probation case or cases and her supervision, correct?
Yes, it is.
And you, by virtue of your employment, you consider a custodian of record there at the probation department, correct?
That's correct.
And as also as part of your duties, you're aware that she was placed, and again, the court's familiar with this, but I want to make a record here. 2 concurrent theft, felony theft cases that she was on a 5-year deferred on, 5-year probation on, correct?
That's correct.
And that 5-year term began in February of 2021, right?
Yes,
These are 3rd-degree felony theft cases, correct?
that is correct.
And do you see the individual here in the courtroom today that you have come to know as Brenda Sanchez?
I do.
Would you please point to her and identify her by an article of clothing that she is wearing, please?
It's wearing the blue jumpsuit.
And that's the record reflecting witnesses of the indictment, judge.
The record will still reflect.
And you're familiar through your duties there at the probation department with the process by which the conditions of probation is explained to each and every defendant, correct?
Yes,
And is that the case, that the conditions of probation, after a defendant is, or defendants are shortly placed on probation, they are explained to that defendant?
yes.
And do you have any reason to doubt that the conditions of this, or this defendant, was not explained to her shortly after she was placed on probation?
I do not believe she understands them.
Okay. I'm sorry, I had a little trouble hearing. I don't know if the court reporter need to. Any reason to doubt that she was not explained the conditions of probation?
No, she was explaining this.
Okay, good. Everybody.
I didn't understand that any reason to think that
I know it's confusing.
it's not explained.
Let me
Any
try to-
reason to think that it's not
let me
explained.
try to ask it a better way, Judge. Any reason to think that this defendant was not explained her conditions of probation needs, please?
No reason for it now.
Okay, thank you. Her conditions of probation, did they include not violating the law or laws of the state, any other state or of the federal, in federal law?
They did.
And her conditions of probation, did they include, by way of summarizing it, not associating herself with any people or persons of disreputable character?
That's correct.
And did her conditions of probation, again, by way of summary, include not possessing either any illegal drugs or legal narcotics for which there is a prescription that she has not provided probation department with a copy of that prescription?
That is correct.
And lastly, was she required to do or perform a certain number of community service hours?
Yes.
And what were, or how many community service hours?
She had a total of 300 hours in each case remaining. Last case, she only completed 200 hours.
Just so I'm clear, the total at the beginning was 600?
600, yes.
And to date, how many has she completed or how much has she left?
Today she is about 400 hours total.
That she needs to do or
Yeah,
that
she's
she's
can't
got.
complete, yes. But she's completed 200 hours.
Oh,
Okay.
and as it relates to prescriptions or prescription for any controlled substances, do your records indicate that she's provided the probation department with any copy of any prescriptions for any controlled substances?
We have not received any prescriptions.
Just to be clear, no prescription for either hydromorphone or the judge, you know what I did? I neglected to mention that I want to invoke the rule. I think there may be a potential weakness here in the courtroom.
Okay,
I don't know that he's not. You have to testify. You have to, you're not here to testify. No, he's not.
Being in that record, and that it makes him a potential witness.
Well, I'm not
He may be-
calling him. If the state's gonna call him, that's fine. I'm not, I'll represent the court. I'm not gonna call him. If Mr. Gold is gonna call him, then he's under the rule and.
Just to fill in the blank, Judge, for the court, today, Mr. Kimmel gave me what he purported to be a prescription that individual provided him with. So he's a potential witness.
all right, step outside the courtroom, sir. Yeah, just step outside. If they need you to come back in and testify, they'll bring you back in.
Sorry.
That's fine. Thank you.
Mr. Kitchens, so just to be clear, the defendant has not provided the probation department with a copy or prescription for a hydromorphone, or commonly referred to as dilated, dilaudid.
No, sir.
That's all the questions I have. I'll pass it to the judge.
Thank you, Mr. Coleman. Mr. Kimmler?
The community service, she has 2 cases, correct?
Yes,
Did she get 300 hours on each case?
yes,
That's not concurrent? That's consecutive?
that's consecutive, yes, sir.
My understanding that that's usually concurrent community service for each case, so it should be a total of 300 hours.
It would be, concurrent if she completed half within her first year of probation,
Well, if she's done half being what, 300 or 200?
300.
150.
300.
Okay, so the 200 hours was completed when?
It was last work 2024, October 17th, 2024.
Is there a court order saying it's consecutive or concurrent, or is that just the practice of the probation?
This is practice probation office. We don't make them do them all together. If they complete half within the first year,
Well, okay, what about probation fees and other things? Those are concurrent, aren't they? Like the probation supervisory fee, that's concurrent.
Yes.
$60
Mhm.
a month, that's concurrent?
that's supervision fees. If she has multiple cases, supervision fees and the main case, and then the other case have court costs and stuff. There's only one set of supervision fees.
So the court costs are consecutive, I understand that. I wasn't aware that the community services staff. So in any case, she has completed 200 hours. Was that, on which case was the 200 hours assigned?
That was her calls number 20-33832.
The lower calls number is done first or second on the community service? How do you make the determination which case to assign the hours, the completed hours to if they're consecutive?
Like I said, the main case in this case here would be the felony case. It's got the hours on it. That's where they would go.
Why is
first.
it the main case?
It's a felony charge.
They're both 3rd-degree felonies.
It's the main case that has the supervision fees and.
Why is it the main case versus?
Well, how is that
I'm
relevant
trying to
to me?
understand her.
Well, no, you can ask them after if you need to understand it, but as far as it goes today, she's ordered 300 in each case. She's done 200. So I understand that there are times when they waive part of them depending on when they get them done.
This wasn't, and the way I've explained it, in part of it, that it's concurrent. I've explained that to people in the past.
Right.
It's my first time that I've
Okay.
learned today that they actually are stacked, that the hours are stacked.
Okay,
Would you agree that she made a good faith effort to do community service? She's done 200 hours.
At the time, yeah, she did.
And you've only supervised her for how long?
I've had her since September 25,
Okay. so that-
2025.
that's a while, right? Is it long enough that you come to know her or become familiar with her or not?
No, sir. I've only met with her twice. Both times when she was taken into custody.
So is there a problem with her reporting while she was out or not?
No, sir.
She's been in custody that long or how long?
She was in custody and on the new charge and bonded out, and then she saw me again, and that was whenever the warrant was done. So.
Okay, so she really hasn't had an opportunity, would you agree with you, at least to demonstrate compliance or non-compliance while out, free to
Yes, sir.
be supervised? The times that you have met with her, do you see any, as far as your position, any issues with her demeanor or attitude towards you?
No, sir.
If the court were to see fit to continue on probation, would you be willing to continue to supervise her? And
Yes,
do you think she can benefit from further supervision or not?
I believe
Based on
so.
what she's saying, I'm sorry.
Yes.
What kind of programs do you think would be available to aid her in her rehabilitation and her progress on probation?
Safety, we are being placed on a high risk caseload with zero tolerance. They continue probation.
What about drop program or JCDI or any other available things in-house without being,
JCDI, be a good one.
and you'd be willing to work with her and continue to supervise?
Yes.
That's what we
Any further questions for Mr. Kitchens, Yar?
Thank you, Mr. Kitchens. You can step down.
This time, the state will call,
You may proceed.
thank you, Yar. Would you please state your full name for the court report?
It's Christopher Lee Raymer.
And Detective Raymer, how are you employed, sir?
I'm a narcotics detective with the Orange County Sheriff Department.
And how long have you been with Orange County?
A little over a year.
And prior to that, were you with the Beaumont Police Department?
Yes, sir, I was.
And were you working, what capacity were you working with Beaumont PD back in August or on August the 15th, 2020?
I would have been in the narcotics unit.
And did you have an occasion on that day to visit a residence located at 5760 Road, Indian Trail in Beaumont, Texas?
Yes, sir, I did.
And that's located in Jefferson County, Texas, correct?
Yes, sir.
Please explain to the judge the nature of your contact or the nature of your visit to that residence that day.
That day we had gotten several complaints from neighbors and people living in the area of what they believe to be drug distribution coming from that residence. Me and some other narcotics detectives began the investigation that led us to that residence. And that day we were conducting a knock and talk operation.
And that background information that you received prior to the knock and talk, what, if anything, did it indicate or indicated was being distributed out of that residence?
Judge, hearsay.
I will draw that question, Judge. What happened after the knock and talk was conducted?
Objection calls for a narrative response.
Overruled. Go ahead.
Once the knock and talk was initiated, the uniformed narcotics officers that made contact, they made contact with two individuals, at which point they notified us to move up. One of the individuals had made a admission that there was marijuana inside the residence.
Let's talk about those individuals. One of those individuals was a Heather Pena, correct?
Yes, sir.
And the other individual was Angel Martinez.
Yes, sir.
And based on your investigation and the facts from the scene that day, or your observations from the scene that day, how was Heather Pena connected to that residence?
Heather Pena was the daughter of Brenda Sanchez, who also lived at that residence.
So we've got knock and talk, contact with Heather Pena, contact with the Angel Martinez. What, if anything, did Angel Martinez admit to?
Again, Your Honor, it's hearsay.
I would draw that question, Judge.
I asked the state be instructed not to attempt to elicit hearsay. That's your
It's overruled. He's withdrawn the question. Go ahead.
Martinez, he was arrested, correct?
Yes, sir.
For an MTRP warrant, correct?
Yes, sir.
And pursuant to being arrested, and Judge, this will elicit your say, however, it's an exception, is that it does not go to the truth of the matter. So in other words, the ultimate issue in this case being whether or not this defendant possessed the peoples.
I'll let the state ask the question before I object, Your Honor.
What after Mr. Martinez did he ask? What after he was arrested did he ask be done?
Objection, hearsay also violates right to confront cross-examine under Crawford.
Doesn't go to the ultimate issue as to whether or not this defendant possessed the peoples, Judge.
It's testimonial. If it doesn't, then it's irrelevant.
Overruled. Go ahead.
What did he ask?
He had asked for his cell phone and his wallet.
And then for officers, who did he ask to retrieve that?
He asked Heather Pena to retrieve it.
For officer safety, did you accompany Pena into that residence?
I did.
And for the reason of,
Yeah, for officer safety reasons, when someone enters their residence after of a mission that we heard, we want to ensure that they're not retrieving some type of weapon or destroying evidence or something of that nature. So we follow in as protection for ourselves.
and nevertheless, in this process of you accompanying Pena into the residence to obtain or retrieve Martinez's cell phone, did you observe marijuana?
I did in the closet area on a tray looked like marijuana.
Eventually, you backed out of there. At some point, was the defendant, Brenda Sanchez, contacted by cell phone?
She was.
And after she was contacted by cell phone, did she arrive on scene?
Yes, sir.
Once Brenda Sanchez arrived on scene, what, if anything, happened next?
You gave the officer a narrative on what happened then. After she arrived on scene, what happened?
Would you rather him lead him?
Yes, Your Honor, I would, so I would have an opportunity to object to each individual question.
Overruled. Ask your question.
What happened when Brenda Sanchez arrived on the scene?
She had requested the use of the restroom, of which we followed her in, so she used her.
Yeah, and just let's clear it up for the judge. I mean, everybody's outside at this point.
Yes, sir.
And, you know, we've got Martinez, we've got Pena, and then now Sanchez has arrived on scene. Everybody's outside the residence.
Yes, sir.
And for officer safety reasons, you're not gonna just let anybody walk in and then walk out of that break.
Correct.
So what did you do once she indicated that she needed to use the restroom?
I followed her into the restroom, and
But you didn't follow into the restroom.
not into the restroom, into her bedroom, which that primary bedroom had an ensuite bathroom. She went into the restroom, and then I stayed outside near the entry door to the bedroom.
Now, what if anything happened when she exited the restroom?
When she exited the restroom, she went to a bedside nightstand, opened the top drawer, and then retrieved a bottle of pills and handed them to me. If memory serves, she said, "This is what you're looking for," and handed it to me.
Now, this pill bottle, did it have her name on it?
No, sir.
Is it fair to say it had someone else's name on it?
Yes.
If you recall.
I can't recall the name, but it did. It was not Brenda Sanchez.
And inside this pill bottle, what did, in your training experience, what did it appear to be?
The Dilaudid.
A number of pills?
Yes, sir.
If you remember the number or the amount or the weight?
I believe the
It's not
weight.
only if you remember.
Yeah, it was 11 grams.
And this 11 grams of what you believe to be Dilaudid, was it ultimately sent to the lab?
Yes, sir.
Was it analyzed?
Yes, sir.
And was there a result after it was analyzed?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, this time, the state would offer states exhibit number 1, a lab report pursuant to a certificate of analysis that's been on file for the rest of the time.
Yeah.
And has not been objected to.
Objection. Hearsay, Your Honor, also chain of custody has been established between the substance that was seized and the substance that was tested.
Did you file an objection within the time frame for the certificate of analysis that was filed?
I'm objecting that the chain of custody hasn't been established. I believe the certificate of analysis is accurate, but he hasn't laid the predicate for the chain of custody.
This is the turning point in the entire hearing. Up until now, the defense has focused heavily on probation compliance issues, community service hours, supervision, and whether Brenda Sanchez was making progress while under supervision. But the moment a detective testifies that Sanchez allegedly handed over a bottle of pills and said, "This is what you're looking for," the stakes rise dramatically. Legally, that kind of statement can become
Chain of
extremely...
custody that was what was actually tested was what was seized and submitted to the lab.
I'm happy to do that, Judge. I'll draw my offer, states one at this time, pending calling a conditional witness
Okay.
to establish the chain of custody, Judge. Once you received that pill bottle that was given to you by the defendant, what did you do with it?
I provided that to the lead case agent, which was Detective Matt Neal.
Detective Matthew Neal, is Detective Matthew Neal here too?
Yes, sir.
Judge, I think so. Let me ask you this, couple of housekeeping questions. Hydromorphone, or was commonly referred to as Dilaudid. I don't know why I have some trouble stumbling over that word. Is that a controlled substance in
Yes.
in the state of Texas?
Yes, sir.
Is that possession of that, would that be a violation of, would it be a penalty group 1 substance in violation of section 481.115 of the Texas Health and Safety Code?
Yes, sir.
And as far as you know, a possession of 4 grams or more, but less than 200 grams, be a 2nd-degree felony.
Yes, sir.
Now, these individuals who occupied this residence, well, what, if any, information did you develop in your investigation that would link this defendant to that residence?
Yeah, I object to the global nature of the question, Your Honor.
Overruled.
And to the extent that involves hearsay.
Let me rephrase
evidence.
it. Let me rephrase. During the course of your investigation, did you develop information that allegedly this was her residence, that she resided there?
Yes,
During the course of your investigation, did you develop information that indicated that she resided there with Heather Pena and Ricky Woods, albeit on another part of that property, but he was there on that property?
yes,
Now, this Ricky Woods, this Heather Pena, you understand that part of our condition of probation is not to associate with people of disreputable character.
yes, sir.
In your
What makes this hearing stand out is that the court isn't looking at just one isolated allegation. Ronnie Green was already on deferred probation when prosecutors brought forward new concerns, including a money laundering indictment and allegations involving his associations with people connected to criminal activity. The defense argues that reasonable bonds are appropriate, but the state points to the seriousness of the new allegations and Green's existing probation history. What happens next is a reminder that probation isn't simply a second chance without conditions. Once those conditions are allegedly violated, the court can take a much harder look at everything surrounding the defendant. And in this hearing, the alleged association with a known drug dealer becomes one of the details the court cannot simply ignore.